How do you turn a simple chicken into a unique indulgence?
You put it on the rotisserie and you baste it with a compound butter. We're gonna show you. We start by making a compound butter. I have here 500 grams of softened butter that we're gonna add 20 grams of finely minced fresh oregano, very, very aromatic, a tablespoon of good fleur de sel, and then I'm gonna mince 2 cloves of garlic.
2? Are you sure we need that much?
It's half a kilo of butter, yeah, and you know, butter makes everything better, and compound butter even more. So there we go. That's what we need. And now we're simply gonna mix this in with a spoon. It will take a little bit of time to stir that in. This is nice and well combined. I think it's ready. Obviously, this is a lot for just one chicken. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna take a couple of nice scoops here and put them out on some cling film like this. I think about half of it, I would say, like this. Because then we can create and roll it up like this. And then you just spin it.
It's like a sausage of butter.
Yeah, something like that. And then we're gonna leave that in the fridge. And then you can cut coins to put on your steaks or whatever. It's excellent. Always have this in your fridge. The rest of it here, we're going to put in our cast iron pot. So it's ready for the grill in a bit. We wanna let it sit so all the flavors, they can sort of get into the butter and the oregano can release some essential oils. So that's why I start making this before we prepare anything else. There we go. And that's ready. Now we have to prepare our chicken. I have a nice big bird here from our local butcher, but we can obviously not cook it like this because on the rotisserie everything will be banging around. So we have to tie up the legs now. So I'm gonna start with a butcher's knot here on the one side. There we go, nice and tight. And a double knot to that. Here we go. And then over here, and then we're gonna, I need the other end here. There we are. And then a nice tight knot. There we go. Like that. I'll cut that off afterwards. We also need to do the same with the wings, but I will do that after we have the bird on the rotisserie rod here. So let's get that through the carcass here. And then get the prongs in as best we can. There we go. See, that sits nicely now. And the weight is balanced. Perfect. Then let's get prongs on the other side. Can be a little bit hard, but
It's worth the effort.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. That seems to be well balanced when you turn it around. You don't want it to be too much overweight on one side because then it won't turn nicely on the rotisserie. Tight that up nicely, like that. I think that looks good. Then let's give it some twine here around the wings. There we go. Nice. Next step, we're going to brine our chicken so it stays nice and juicy. And here I have half a liter of water with 1 tablespoon of sea salt and half a teaspoon of MSG. And we want to get definitely the breasts because they can dry out. This will ensure that it keeps nice and juicy. And if you've seen some of our other episodes, We almost always do this when we're preparing chicken or turkey or even pork, actually. Get the thighs also. Now we're going to let that sit for 10-15 minutes for the brine to sort of penetrate all the meat before we put it on the grill. In the meantime, let's prepare our side dish. I have here 1 kilo of baby potatoes cut in half and 4 large carrots. They have been parboiled for 6 minutes in lightly salted water because it will take much longer for them to cook than the chicken, so we want them to be ready a little bit in advance. Then I have some green pepper and red pepper cut in chunks here. As you can see, I have some oyster mushrooms. They will go on the grill independently afterwards. Then let me mix this around a little bit so that everything is sort of, let's say, combined. Then we're gonna give this a little bit of olive oil, not too much because this will be under the chicken, so it'll get the drippings and the basting butter, but just for the beginning I want to have, let's say, a tablespoon. And then I'm gonna give it a couple of pinches of sea salt, like this. A tablespoon of oregano. Now I used all the fresh one for the butter, so this is dried, but that's totally fine. Tablespoon of that. Maybe a little more. It's good. And then some freshly cracked pepper. Like that. And to please my wife, I'm going to squeeze out one of our lemons from our own garden here. Like this.
Yeah,
So
well, I
get some
have
lemon
kilos
juice.
of those. We have to use them somehow.
Yeah, that's true. We have many in our garden right now. Just like that. I'm gonna give that a good mix. That looks good already and very colorful actually. That looks nice. And then we'll meet you at the grill. I have the grill set up without grates on this side, and then I have grill grates over here for the mushrooms later, and then I have the infrared back burner running on high and the 2 burners over here running on low just to pre-warm everything. The reason I took out the grates is because I want to place the veggies down here. That's going to be below the chicken. And then let's get the chicken on also. Here we go. That looks good. And let me start it up to see how it rotates. That looks good. Let me move these a little bit more like that. And then everything from the chicken will drip down on the veggies and give a lot of flavor, especially when we start basting with our compound butter. But for now, let's close this up and let it go for 10-15 minutes before we check in again. 15 minutes in, let's have a look how we're doing. Oh, that looks good. I think actually we should start basting. What do you say?
Yeah, I think it needs it.
Let me get my pot here with some nice melted butter here. This is gonna be beautiful. And this is gonna drip down on our veggies, on our potatoes. Oof.
That will add so much extra flavor.
Just the aroma here with the garlic and the oregano is amazing. It's really, really... And there is something soothing about basting a chicken like this. It's almost meditation. But it will also ensure that it crispens up really nicely the skin. Yeah, we'll do it for now. And we give it another 15, and then we see. We are almost there, so it's time to get on also our mushrooms. I'm gonna give my grill surface here a little bit of our beautiful butter. There's a nice flare up there, it looks good. That's gonna be such a nice taste. Like that. And look at our chicken, how beautiful that is. It's like...
Can't wait to taste it.
No, let's get these on. Actually, I can do this faster because they're easy to deal with.
Yeah, just spread them around.
Oyster mushrooms are easy. They can take quite a lot of heat, actually. So now we just want to grill these, and that will match with the last 5-7 minutes the chicken needs, and then we'll see you at the tasting.
Well, it looks and smells amazing.
Yeah, that's one pretty chick.
Let's taste it.
Yeah, for sure.
Best barbecue chicken ever. This is really good. Huh?
Yeah, with the brine injection, it is so,
So
pardon my
juicy.
French here, it's so damn juicy. You have never tried anything like this before. This is the best way to do it. I want to try the potato also, because they have been soaked in butter. I rest my case.
Yeah. Yeah, you should actually.
This-
Best Friday dinner ever.
Give it a shot.